1800 hours Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Sumaira Kamal. The headlines first. Prime Minister says a dramatic rise has been witnessed in confidence of the business community and foreign investors in Pakistan's economy. Foreign Minister says Pakistan has consistently been advocating an inclusive political settlement in Afghanistan to establish durable peace in the region. President has emphasized on changing social behavior and following good moral grounds to ensure protection and promotion of women's rights. Interior Minister has assured to provide full security to the Chinese workers in Pakistan. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Hurriyat leaders and organizations have condemned Modi-led fascist Indian regime's evil agenda of imposing ban on all parties Hurriyat conference and Mirwais led Hurriyat forum on the pretext of baseless allegations. On the fourth day of Kingston Test against Pakistan, West Indies will resume their first innings at the overnight score of 39 for 3 today. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan says the confidence of the business community, especially foreign investors in Pakistan's economy, has witnessed a dramatic rise. He said this in a tweet while sharing data of the Overseas Investors Chamber of Commerce and Industry's Business Confidence Index survey. The Prime Minister said the survey shows Pakistan's standing at the positive score of 9% with an improvement of 59% from negative 50% of May 2020. The Prime Minister said the OICCI members' confidence stands at positive 34% versus negative 74% in 2020, which is turnaround of 108%. Prime Minister Imran Khan has directed to ensure immediate implementation of single national curriculum with cooperation of provincial governments. Chairing a meeting regarding enforcement of uniform syllabus in Islamabad today, he stressed that Islamic history and the life and teachings of Holy Prophet Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam Khatibun Nabiyyin should be taught to the children. He said the syllabus should consistently be reviewed to change it according to the requirements. The Prime Minister directed that syllabus for grades 6 to 12 should be finalized by the end of this year. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi says Pakistan has consistently been advocating an inclusive political settlement in Afghanistan as the best way forward and supporting efforts to end. Talking to his Swedish counterpart Ann Lind on telephone today, he underlined that no other country wants a peaceful and stable Afghanistan more than Pakistan. Shah Mahmood Qureshi emphasized that the immediate priority is to ensure safety, security and protection of rights of all Afghans. He said, as a responsible member of the international community, Pakistan is fully facilitating several European countries, international organizations and media agencies in evacuation of their nationals and workers from Afghanistan, and Islamabad's efforts have been widely acknowledged. The Swedish Foreign Minister conveyed her government's deep appreciation for Pakistan's assistance in the evacuation of Swedish embassy staff and others from Kabul. Both the foreign ministers expressed the resolve further to strengthen bilateral relations in all spheres, especially in trade, education and innovation. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi says peaceful Afghanistan is of great importance not only for the region but for the entire world. Talking to his Saudi counterpart Faisal bin Farhan on telephone today, he said, "We hope that Afghan leaders will move forward with an all-inclusive setup for durable peace in Afghanistan." The Foreign Minister urged the international community to play its role for reconstruction and development of Afghanistan. Shah Mahmood Qureshi thanked his Saudi counterpart for calling the meeting of OIC's permanent representatives on the evolving situation in Afghanistan. Earlier in a statement today, the Foreign Minister said he will visit Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan and Iran and hold talks with their leadership in the context of Afghan situation. Taliban assured that the Islamic Emirates of Afghanistan would be a representative government of all political groups and local communities. In an inclusive panel interview with Radio Pakistan, PTV and APP, a key Taliban leader, Khalilur Rahman Haqqani, said Taliban will present to the world practical shape of the Islamic Emirates where there will be no high-handedness with anyone in the country. The Taliban senior leaders said talks for formation of an inclusive government are underway with various leaders and representatives of different Afghan communities, and they are pledging their allegiance to the Islamic Emirates. Pakistan's ambassador to the United States, Asad Majid Khan, has rejected the claim of a US lawmaker that Pakistani military's strategy led to the defeat of Afghan army at the hands of Taliban. In a letter addressed to Republican Congressman Mike Waltz, the former US Army officer who served in Afghanistan, the ambassador said both Pakistan and the United States have been working together towards an inclusive political settlement in the war-torn country. He said the two countries share a fundamental interest in ensuring that Afghanistan should never again become a sanctuary for terrorist groups. Iran has called on all parties in Afghanistan to refrain from using violence and proceed for negotiation and talks. Talking to reporters in Tehran, Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Saeed Khatibzadeh said that Iran supports the establishment of an inclusive government in Kabul. He said Iran is in constant communication with all political sides in Afghanistan and supports the peaceful transition of power to an inclusive government. This is Radio Pakistan. President Dr. Arif Alvi has emphasized on changing social behavior and following good moral standards as enshrined in Islam for ensuring protection and promotion of women's rights. Addressing a ceremony in Islamabad this afternoon, he said protecting the rights of women and curbing gender-based violence is the responsibility of the entire nation. The president underlined the importance of women empowerment through better health and education, hereditary rights, and financial independence. He said instead of highlighting the negative cultural perceptions about women, the rights given to women in Islam should be projected. Interior Minister Sheikh Rashid Ahmed has assured providing full security to the Chinese workers in Pakistan. Talking to the media persons in Islamabad today, he said all the relevant departments are working and that army is providing security to the CPAC companies. Alluding to the recent terror attacks, the Interior Minister said international conspiracies are being hatched to sabotage the CPAC project. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, the All Parties Hurriyat Conference and other Hurriyat leaders and organizations have continued to condemn the Modi-led fascist Indian regime's evil agenda of imposing ban on All Parties Hurriyat Conference and Mirwais-led Hurriyat Forum on the pretext of baseless allegations. The All Parties Hurriyat Conference spokesperson in a statement in Srinagar deplored that New Delhi was hell-bent upon destroying peaceful institutions of political narrative in Kashmir and thrusting a worst kind of extremism and fascism by the dint of military might. He warned that such draconian measures had failed in the past and would meet the same fate in future as well. The spokesperson said that the Modi regime was absolutely mistaken about the potential resistance of the brave Kashmiris. German Chancellor Angela Merkel has said further sanctions may be imposed on Russia if it uses a controversial gas pipeline against Ukraine. During a joint press conference, the president of Ukraine described the project as a geopolitical weapon of the Kremlin, which he said would be dangerous for all of Europe. German Chancellor said sanctions could be used against Moscow under an agreement between Germany and the US if gas was used as a weapon. On the fourth day of Kingston Test against Pakistan, West Indies will resume their first innings at the overnight score of 39 for 3 today. Earlier, Pakistan had declared their first innings at 302 for 9. West Indies will lead the two-match series by 1-0. And finally, the weather. Mainly hot and humid weather is likely to prevail in most parts of the plain areas of the country during the next 12 hours. However, rain with wind and thunder shower is expected at isolated places in Kashmir and its adjoining areas. To end the news, here are the headlines once again. Prime Minister says a dramatic rise has been witnessed in confidence of the business community and foreign investors in Pakistan's economy. Foreign Minister says Pakistan has consistently been advocating an inclusive political settlement in Afghanistan to establish durable peace in the region. President has emphasized on changing social behavior and following good model grounds to ensure protection and promotion of women's rights. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analyses, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/radio Pakistan News Official.